I want to thank everyone who encouraged me or gave me advices in the previous videos. Thank you. After some of you convinced me that I must use a normal hand with separated fingers, I finally did it. And as you can see here in Blender, I have a fully rigged arm that I can use. A friend of mine is helping me in making some of these game assets. He is awesome 3D artist. He actually made the axe, the double barrel, and the Thompson. Also, he made some environment assets, as you can see. The handgun made by another great artist. So all I did to these models is I gave them some textures. I said earlier that I wasn't satisfied with the reload animation in the clock. So I've been trying to improve all the animation of the guns. Well, I'm not saying that they are good now, but at least they are improved, as you can see here in Blender. Since the demo is almost done, I'm preparing a website to publish this demo. There will be a trailer, a story, and screenshots. Anyway, I want to tell you a little bit about story, and I want you to comment below and tell me your opinion, guys, honestly. It's the year 1949 in Algeria. During the French colonialism era, there was a young man called Sibti. He was doing like Robin Hood does, but in a different way. He wasn't stealing, he was returning the wealth of the Algerian population to the Algerians from the French army. He was like a legend. For years, the army was focusing their efforts to find him, and they did capture him eventually. Yeah, they couldn't kill him. They were afraid of the manifestations, especially after the 1945 massacres they have committed. So the punishment was to work in a cargo ship as a cleaner with handcuffs 24 hours on his hands. One night, in the middle of the ocean, there was a storm getting closer, a huge one that actually made the ship drown. Sibti drowns with it. Inside the ocean, he was questioning how I ended up here. Yeah, he closed his eyes and surrendered for death. Suddenly, he opened his eyes and found himself on a weird room that he had no idea about. The game actually starts at this point, where he wants to know where he is and how he ended up here. On his journey, he starts to uncover why all of this happened and fight these creepy creatures, trying to find what they are and who made them. A lot of explanations during the game. It's like a puzzle, and to uncover the truth behind it, you must collect all the pieces. And this is it. I don't want to spoil anymore. That was a small background of how this game begins. With all of that was ready, I had to start making that creepy world as I am imagining, which is something that I thought would be easy, but in fact it was not. I said to myself I would model everything in Blender and export it to Unity, and that's it. But every time I exported a piece, model like a wall or a chair or something, it's like the rotation is wrong, the textures are not well imported, and the object doesn't fit the world. There was so many problems. I know that most of nowadays retro games create the world using Blender or a 3D software and export it to their engine, but this method it's not working for me for some reason. I was frustrated. I turned off my PC and went to bed that night. Yeah, I couldn't sleep thinking of a way to make the environment. So many ideas I had, except one that really popped up. A tool in Unity called Pro Builder that my friend told me about 2 years ago. I looked it up and found so many games made with it. I watched a lot of videos that night and got excited. The next day, I woke up ready for the Pro Builder journey, and it was amazing. I can literally create wonderful environments. After 3 days of learning and testing, I started making the first era of the demo, which is the house you start in. To create an interior in Pro Builder, all you gotta do is use a new poly shape. Then shape your interior as you want it. After you're done, click OK, set the height of your room, and flip the faces inside. Give it some textures, and you got yourself a level. Using this method, I created the house and made some assets. Got some textures from freetextures.com, and that's it. For the interior, I was really satisfied. For the exterior, I'm using the terrain system. Combining it with a Pro Builder, you could really have a good result. I know that my game now is taking another direction. It's not like a PS1 game 100%, but at least it's still retro. And I'm still using Brindle to create some assets. This was the final result. That's it for this video, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and give me your opinion in the comments. Until the next part, peace.